it's time. We are doing a complete guide of every EDM festival in North America and putting them all on a tier list. And we are going to rank them from S tier, which is the very top. Then we have A tier, which is the amazing tier. We have B tier, which is basically amazing. The C tier could be better. The D tier is the derping tier. And F tier, we're going to just put F in the comments because there's no hope for them. In order to finish this project, I've had to list the help of over 200 ravers and message them on what festivals were like really good or really bad and ask them to rate it from 1 to 10. We're going to get started. All right, so we got all the EDM festivals in North America from A to Z. And when I mean like all of them, I mean like a lot of them. We got Apocalypse, Arc, Area 406 in Montana. Apocalypse, I've heard it's really good. I've never been, but many of my veteran ravers have told me that it is awesome. The vibes are good, the lineup's stacked, and the crowd's nice. The only issues are the parking and naming the festival with a weird title. It's just so cursed. They have to use another name than Apocalypse. I think that's the only drawback. We're going to put this in A tier because I think it absolutely deserves it. Oh, not S. So yeah, Arc Festival. Arc is really good. It's well produced. It's a well-run house and techno festival. And it's just so well run in Chicago. It's an absolute must visit. It's close to the downtown. So, I actually want to put this in S tier. Yeah, we're going to put this in S tier. Area 406. If you don't know this is a tiny festival in Montana. That's a decent lineup for what you get. It's definitely a locals festival. 2 days. And I talked about it in the 50 States Festival video that I've had before. So, looks solid, and I heard it's pretty good. B tier. Okay, what's this one? This one is Backwoods. Okay, so this is a festival in Arkansas, the same location as Wakan, only it's a little bit more jam band oriented than EDM. Heard it's a good camping festival. The venue is awesome, but the weather can be a bit bipolar this time of the year. The lineup is also a little bit more unknown. I'll put it A tier. All right, we gotta get through this though. Base Camp. Base Camp is in Reno. It's actually in downtown Reno near Lake Tahoe. It's interesting, but I don't think it's worth the price. Better downtown festival in Nevada would be Life is Beautiful in Las Vegas. So I'm gonna put this in C tier. Base Canyon. Oh, so many veteran ravers said that this is their favorite EDM festival, and for good reason. Vibes are amazing. Venue is a 10. I have been. Is lovely. Production is solid, but not the best. So I'm gonna give it like an 8. And the restrooms can be a hit or miss in Base Canyon. Not the best ones I've seen. But yeah, the Gorge is absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna put an A tier. Okay, Base Coast. It's smaller, but unlike Shambhala, they have occasional fights due to the beer bar that they have, which with alcohol and fights, it's just not a good combination. I think I would actually rate this lower than Shambhala. We're gonna put this at A tier. Wonderland at the Gorge. The Pacific Northwest vibes in the Gorge are always gonna be amazing. I don't think there's production is solid. I think other than 2023, it would be an A tier. 2023 though had a pretty bad event. If you weren't following on the news, there was a shooting there, and I definitely don't think it's fair to rate beyond based on 2023 vibes. I think 2022 or 2024 is going to have much better vibes than that. So we're gonna put this at A tier too. Okay, this is Beyond in SoCal. This is at the NOS Center. It's okay. It's the run of the mill Insomniac Festival. But it's at the NOS Center, one of my least favorite festival venues in the country. There are only like 3 or 4 other festival venues that are as bad as the NOS Center. You're far away from everything. Parking's bad. Pickpockets are rampant. I'm gonna put this at a C tier. Yeah, it could be better. Oh, we're gonna rate Big Dub. I heard the vibes are amazing, and there's a lot of cool stuff, but the production is lacking logistically, according to some people, compared to other festivals they've been. Basically, solid festival for the vibes, excellent vibes. Venue's great, but there are better festivals than Big Dub, so we're gonna put this at B tier. Body Language. Body Language is at the Phoenix Raceway. It's also run by Relentless Beats, but it's a bit too big of a venue for the type of crowd that you're attracting. Definitely could use a more condensed venue. This one feels a little big, and Relentless Beats isn't that great of a production company from what I've heard. They have some very whack things happening to them. So we're gonna put them at D tier. Sorry, this Beyond should be at C tier. My bad. Boo Seattle. Boo, and I heard Boo is bad. The security is really obnoxious in taking stuff. I think one veteran raver told me that they had their EpiPen took. I think one veteran raver told me that one of their EpiPens were taken away. It's pretty bad. So I don't want to rate it an F because F is for the truly bad EDM festival. So we're gonna rate it a D tier. That is, yeah, the lineup is better than average. I think that's the only thing that's saving it. So yeah, D tier is appropriate. Next up is Breakaway. We're gonna rate all the Breakaway festivals because frankly they're all the same. There's a lot of, they always play in like a bunch of different cities. Like I think this year they had San Francisco, Kansas City, Columbus, Boston, North Carolina. They're all like basically cookie cutter festivals, standard festival that you would see in random cities, but they don't really have an identity. I would say they're more like concerts than a typical festival. So C tier, you can expect the vibes to be about the average for the US. Bullseye. Bullseye is a bassy festival that is better than Wasteland, surprisingly. The only issue is at the NOS Center. The vibes are generally going to be better because it's a smaller festival, but you know it's the NOS Center, so I can't put it higher than a B. Cascade Equinox has a great location but terrible logistics. You got no idea how many festivals have that issue. Organization was pretty dysfunctional for the veterans that did go, so we're gonna put this at B tier. The venue will not save the organization. Okay, Chasing Summer. Now, this is actually a surprise to me, but I have heard amazing things from this Calgary festival in Canada. The lineup's pretty solid. The vibes are extremely diverse and plur, and Canadians are just straight up nice, at least here. So we're gonna put this at A tier because I think the veteran raver I talked to was super enthusiastic about this. Next up is Circo Loco. Is a Halloween festival in New York, and New York has great bookings, but the vibes are generally terrible, and the prices are insane for what you get. They oversell, and the sound system is terrible, according to some people. Also, it's a Halloween festival, so it's not going to be memorable. What did I rate this as? Yeah, let's put this at C. I think that was very appropriate. Okay, so Coachella. Coachella is surprisingly good. Production-wise, it's always fantastic. Camping, if you can camp close, it's really good. The only problems are the price, and weekend one can be a little bit hectic and messy. So on weekend two, it's great. Their influencers are not as prominent as you think. The food is decently priced, but not overpriced as some others, but it's still expensive. So yeah, I'm gonna put, because it gets marked down for the price and stuff, I'm gonna put it at A tier. I think that's fair. Alright, so Countdown. I do not like Countdown. Countdown is a terrible NOS Center event. It's got NOS Center plus New Year's Eve crowd, and it is not a vibe. People are not plur at all. I would say, I should say C tier, but I want to give it a D tier. It's kind of at the same level as Boo, in my opinion. So yeah, D tier is for me. This is Cross Spring, and there's two Cross festivals, Cross Spring and Cross Fall. I've heard that the Cross Spring is a little better than Cross Fall in San Diego. No drunk kids, an older techno crowd, but they ban totems and candy, if you did not know that. I would probably put this, it's hard to rate it because on the one hand it might be amazing, on the other hand you might hate it. So I'm going to put it at, I kind of want to put it A tier, but at the same time they also ban totems and candy, so I'm going to put this at B tier. Cyclops Dome. I've heard that not enough people got the message that Subtronics was playing at the Tacoma Dome. Cool, that's cool and all, but the Tacoma Dome isn't that great, let me be real. The area around it's kind of meh, and hotels can be a bit of a challenge, especially walking around it. I personally don't like the venue, but you know, could be better. I'll put it at C tier, I think that's solid. Dancefestopia. Now, from what I've heard, the vibes are good, but not the best EDM festival even in the Midwest, let alone the country. I heard the stage setups weren't great either. The sound was a little bit off last year, but overall, still a good festival for vibes. It's got the Midwest charm, so we're gonna put that at B tier. Energi. Energi is the largest EDM festival in Utah, impressively, and it's got a surprisingly good bass head scene. It's not that expensive either. However, the police situation in Utah is something that I personally would not subject myself to. So I would put this at, you know, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's like the best either. So I'm gonna put it at B tier. I think it's good in like the bass head aspect. If you're like more house and techno, this may not be for you. All right, Day Trip. Yeah, so I've heard mixed things about Day Trip. Either it's really good or there are way too many fights. And because it's LA, you're gonna expect more fights than normal, which honestly, LA ravers, what are you doing? You do not have to fight at every inconvenience. Yeah, I think the vibes can be are pretty off in it, but at the same time, I've heard good things too. So it's at a nice location. The Queen Mary is pretty good, so we're gonna put this at C tier just to balance it out. Day Zero Tulum. Apparently, to someone, it was one of their most amazing experiences that they ever had. The problem is, it's only one day. Still, I don't think that should be an issue, especially if you're in Tulum, Mexico, and you're just dancing the night away. I would more call this like a night out than a festival, but it's prominent enough that I basically give it a shout out because we are doing international, at least in North America as well. So A tier, put that. Would not be S tier because it's only one day. Decadence, Arizona. Apparently the Rawhide Center flooded when it was there. I think they moved it to the Phoenix Raceway this year. But the old one was a really bad venue and the bad production company with Relentless Speeds. Overall, I think D tier is appropriate for Arizona. Decadence. Decadence, Colorado. It's run by a different company. And outside, it's at the convention center. So outside it's very cold. Definitely need a jacket. But inside you don't need a jacket. It's kind of like a lot of like New Year's Eve festivals like Hijinks that are indoors, and indoors warm and then outdoors is like blasting cold. Sort of pashminas will be useful. The coat check and the pricing is above average, but overall it's not too bad. Put this. What did I put this at? I put this at a B tier. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so the Deep Tropics is a secret gem of a festival. It is located in Nashville, Tennessee, and has quite some interesting things that are not seen at other festivals, like sustainable cups, full of trash and compost everywhere, and splitting the lineup between house and bass. That way, like, you're never like overcrowded. Apparently, it has really good production too. Lots of little details make the Deep Tropics Festival good. So we're gonna put this at A tier, according to feedback. All right, Dreamfields is festival in Guadalajara. It's mainly a hard dance festival, and it's also cold at night in November that time. And I've heard VIP is definitely not worth it. I've heard that the production is very subpar. Like, despite the fact that you go to Mexico, I heard it's not great. There are better production Mexican festivals than Dreamfields. So I heard that it should be a D tier. Dreamstate San Francisco. We have actually Dreamstate San Francisco and Dreamstate Socal, but we're gonna put San Francisco first. The vibes are gonna be good. It's Dreamstate, but one day for $166 is kind of insane for 6 artists. Well, you can get a much better deal with 2 days in SoCal, and that's at the Long Beach Center now, or Long Beach Pier. So we're gonna put the Dreamstate San Francisco at B tier for the vibes, but you know, minus points for just a day and the price, and A tier for Dreamstate, which I think is appropriate. No, wait, no, I put it at C tier and then B tier. So C tier for San Francisco and B tier for Dreamstate. Yeah. All right, Dusk Music Festival is a festival in Arizona in downtown Tucson. Tucson's kind of whack, but I mean, it's your standard downtown festival. I think there are just better ones out there than Dusk. It's okay if you want to get your feet wet, but obviously I wouldn't travel across the state to go see it. C tier. EDC Mexico. Wow, I have attended this festival like 4 times already, and this festival has its highs and lows, but overall the highs are way higher. The great weather, great basshead community. Ubers, even during price surge, is $20 to get across the town, and it's probably got one of my favorite vibes for EDC. It's also one of the best value ones too. I think like a VIP is like less than 300 when you buy it at tier 1 or something like that. It's crazy low. Only issue is that there's a lot of drunk people. Like, it is an all age festival, and it's kind of just weird seeing kids at Mexico. So we're gonna put that at A tier. I think that's appropriate. EDC Vegas. All right, so this is Orlando. My bad. EDC Orlando. Better vibes in 2023 than previous years. Yeah, so Variety is amazing. The venue's okay, but the production is insomnia quality. So I think EDC Orlando deserves A tier as well. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And then EDC Vegas, it's the highest tier EDC. It's getting more expensive every year, but I don't think I think it's absolutely appropriate to put it at S tier. The second S tier festival, simply because it's EDC. A lot of people make it their first festival. It's also enormous, and yeah, this is the other EDC. This one's the cruise rave in Miami to the Bahamas, and this is the more dubstep oriented cruise rave. I personally will never go on a cruise, but I know other people will enjoy the all-inclusiveness and being able to be like 5 minutes away from like everything, which is great. So EDC, I have to put it at S tier, even though I personally would never go on a cruise due to the environmental damage. But yeah, great festival if you want an all-inclusive. Electric Forest. Ooh, no wait, this is not Electric Forest. This is Electric Forest. Yeah, this is Electric Forest. Like, this is a 2023 one. This is a lot of people's favorite festival. And it's no surprise. I heard that 2023's production could be better though. It's probably because of the storm. If you're not ready for it, you're gonna get plastered. So it's not for the weak, I'll say that. But S tier, not really a surprise. Okay, so this was the one that I think surprised me that this thing existed. This is Electric Sky, a festival in Saskatchewan in Canada. And it's one of the only festivals where you can see auroras at night during camping, which by alone should automatically put it to S tier, but I only know one account for this, so it's hard to say whether it's at the same level as Electric Forest. I just heard it's a lot smaller though, so production might be a little bit more intimate. So we're gonna put that A tier, just to be safe. Alright. Elements. This is a lot of people's favorite festival, surprisingly. And because I've heard bad things, and then I heard good things. Like, some people say it's the worst festival, while other veteran ravers say it's their best, which is very surprising. The production is really good. I think their only issue, or one of their big issues, was that their bathrooms completely failed on day one, which is to a point where some of the veteran ravers said it was unacceptable. So I take that word for it, and then some of them said it's their best festival ever. So we're gonna basically balance that out and put it at a solid B tier. Basically amazing. All right, Ember Shores. This is really from a lot of dubstep fans. If you aren't into it, you're not gonna like this festival. But you could try like Holy Shipwrecked or Paradise Blue if you're into house or dubstep, respectively. But yeah, I loved my time at the Paradises Cancun. The only issue is that I think last year Ember Shores had more issues than Paradise Blue and logistics wise. But other than that, I would not be surprised to put this at S tier. You're paying a lot to get in, and I think that money is absolutely worth it. Envision, beautiful looking festival in Costa Rica. The lineup isn't as strong as their previous years, and you get like 7 days worth of stuff to do, which is quite impressive. You're on the beach, you're in the jungle, it's non-stop dancing. The only issue is that I've heard from one veteran raver is that they don't pay their American workers enough. I heard they only pay like $1,600 a month for 42, or $1,600 for 42 days, which is not enough if you are working for them. So minus points on that. We're gonna just put that at A tier. But yeah, Envision is one of those wellness festivals. Take that as you will. Escapade. Okay, this is in Ontario, Canada, during June. It's actually in downtown Ottawa. Intimate scene. It is a good crowd. Like, they're very vibey. They throw down to just about anything, house, techno, whatnot. Only issue is that I've heard the crowd control and security suck really bad. But not as bad as like some other festivals I've listed on this list. So Escapade will go. Oh, sorry, my bad. Escapade will go on B tier. Let's do Evolutions. Evolutions is I've heard it's very bare bones. You got to be prepared for not having any amenities. There's like no art, no activities, no workshops, nothing. You got to bring everything yourself. On one hand, some people will love that. On the other hand, it's definitely a lot tougher if you are a newer raver. So I'm gonna put that at C tier. But you can try to make the most out of it. The lineup is okay for what you get. Escape. I don't like Escape. It's another one of those festivals that happens on a holiday, It's at the NOS Center, and it attracts the wrong crowd. So D tier. I think this is pretty easy for me to put that there. Not a surprise. All right. This is Excision's Thunderdome. Yeah. Okay. So the Thunderdome, same issue. I think it's a little better run than the Cyclops Dome. Although the Tacoma Dome is still kind of bad. So we're going to have to put it above. It's B tier. I think it's fine. But I will put it above Cyclops Dome because it just had the planning better. And yeah. Ezoo. This is on many people's worst festival. Did you know that? Ezoo, I don't know how to describe it. It was just a joy to watch the memes come out of this festival. Canceling one of the days, and some content creators just straight up deny anything bad's happening, which is hilarious. This is one of the funniest. The disaster is pretty funny too. Straight up fire festival vibes. Avant Garner is going through a bunch of lawsuits from the previous months due to homophobic security, and they're getting hammered, both financially and legally. So I don't know if Ezoo is going to come in 2024. It would be crazy if they did, but yeah, when you have tech bros put money into this scene, it's just going to be a disaster. Probably the first F tier festival on this list. Ezoo absolutely deserves it. Firefly. If you don't know what this is the Bonnaroo, but for Delaware. I think it's a worse version of it too. They went on hiatus in 2023. They're coming back in 2024. It's a multi-genre festival that doesn't include all EDM, but I thought I included it on here because it's a worse version of Bonnaroo anyways. Lineup can be a hit or miss, and yeah, it's definitely more a locals fest than something you travel to. So I'm gonna put this at a B tier, simply because it's got a lot of artists for what you get. Foam Wonderland tours a lot around the U.S. It's a unique style where the festival blows foam into you, but the age group is catered to is really young. We're talking, if you're like 23, you're already old. Like everyone feels like they're in their teens, and I feel a little icky when I talk about that. Overall, if you were really young, it's probably like something you'd do, but not a fan of the vibes at all. We're gonna put that D tier though. Forbidden Kingdom, fun festival. The vibes are top notch. The lineups are always pretty good. Like, yeah, that's like recycled every year, but I generally think the Forbidden Kingdom lineups are actually solid. Production is okay since they moved. The venue is alright. You have to drive to get there though, and it can be a little bit of a pain to get through Orlando. Solid B tier though. I'm gonna put it B. It would be like B plus, A minus, but I don't think it. Nah, I don't put it at A tier. There's a lot of other festivals I think are better. Okay, this is Forever Midnight. Okay, so there are two Forever Midnights, and I think this is the first year that they're doing it. One's at the LA Convention Center, and the other is in the Vegas one. Both are indoors, so it's a nice alternative to Countdown, and I really do like the lineup. So I know festivals or events in the convention center are pretty good and pretty spacious. Yeah, I think it's going to be higher than Countdown at least, so we're going to put it at B tier. Freaky Deaky. Okay, there are two Freaky Deakies. One is in Portland and one is in Texas. And the venue is the same as Seismic. It's in Austin. Some people don't like the Concourse Project venue. They think it's trash. Fair enough, but you can't book in Houston maybe because of Astro World. But it's a Disco Donnie event, so that automatically brings it down. We're gonna put it at C tier. A Fresh Start is a New Year's Eve festival at the Midway in San Francisco. It has indoor and outdoor seating, or indoor outdoor stages. The New Year's Eve crowd, so it's gonna be a little bit lower quality, and the hotels are far and pricey. So I'm gonna give that a C tier. Friendship, so this is another one of I think this has the best cruise lineups of the three cruises. You got Groove Cruise, EDC, and Friendship, and I think Friendship has the best lineup of the three. So I'll put it above EDC actually. Yeah, EDC's here. I'm gonna put Electric Forest here. Arc a little bit lower at S tier. Ember Shores, yeah, I'll put it below. I think the production issues last year's there. Okay, we'll just leave it there. And EDC Vegas will be there. I'll put it there because I think I'll put it there. All right. So, which one is this? I don't remember what this one is. Oh, Future Forest. Future Forest is in New Brunswick, Canada. I have to read the notes. This one's quite. It's pretty far from everything, but you know the vibes are going to be good when you got to travel a hell of a distance to get to it. I think that's what makes it good and kind of a secret sauce one. We're going to put it at a higher A tier. But these ones lower. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. Maybe even higher than Coachella, just because it's got good stuff. So that's like low A, and this is like, these are like low A's, and up here is like higher A's. Yeah, I'll sort that out later. Okay, Gem and Jam is small and intimate. Surprisingly, pretty good. It's not a lot more jam than EDM, but it's okay. I mean, you gotta go at least once if you're in Arizona. It's the best Arizona EDM. It's the best Arizona festival in general. So we're gonna put it high A. I think it's not a surprise. Okay, so Get Freaky is run by V2 in Utah. It's a smaller Das Energy, and Salt Lake City loves their bass music. Not the best vibes. I mean, I wouldn't travel all the way to Utah to go rave for the same reason as Das Energy. They just have the tough security. I'm gonna put it at a low C tier. I think that's appropriate. Oh, I put Global Dance Fest there. Oh yeah, speaking of Global Dance Fest, I actually think it should be lower. I don't think it's that good. We're gonna put it, yeah, pretty low. I think it's worse than Escape actually. Average festival, it's like in the Broncos. Like Colorado, like beautiful state, but they have some really terrible venues, as you'll see later on. Logistics kind of sucks at Global Dance. I heard ADA was a nightmare to deal with. So yeah, D tier. I think it's appropriate for that. Gold Rush. Gold Rush is in Arizona. It's okay. Like, I'm not a fan. It's got the same Relentless Beat stuff, but heard it was better vibes because it's just a smaller festival than the other Relentless Beat festivals. So I'm gonna put it at C tier. Let's do Grid Life. Grid Life is in Michigan, and it's a mixture of car racing and EDM. I honestly don't know how to feel about this. This feels more like a concert than a rave. So the vibes can be just bland, but you know, you do have Subtronics on the lineup last year, which is kind of surprising. It's gotta be D tier too. Like, sorry, I can't really think of a better place to put it. The Great Beyond. This is a house and techno festival in Minnesota, and it has shuttles to and from the festival from the airport. So let's get nice points to that. So I'm pretty underrated. The only problem is like the lineup's pretty unknown if you do not know the underground too well. So I'd say it's like A tier. Yeah, no, A tier actually is appropriate. It's pretty good. Groove Cruise. This was always talked about by many people as their favorite EDM festival, and no surprise. Many of the festival goers are like in their 40s. Definitely probably the oldest of the three, like the oldest average age of the three cruise festivals that I have mentioned. But yeah, no surprise. It's going to be S tier. I'm going to put all three right here. And then for Groove Cruise, yeah, all three is fine. I just don't like how it stops at Haiti though. Like it's like kind of a dangerous area at the moment in this time. I'd rather have it stop in the Bahamas or in Belize than in Haiti at the moment. If you haven't seen this stuff, hopefully they get that sorted out. Above and Beyond, heard it's amazing. This is the group therapy weekender at the Gorge. It's probably going to be ranked the similar as Beyond Wonderland. So yeah, we're gonna put that at A, right with Bass Canyon, and probably better vibes than Beyond Wonderland. At the same, like these aren't the same. Bass Canyon and group therapy weekender. All right, Hangout, Alabama, is a terrible festival. I don't think that's a surprise. It's apparently even more Chad than Ultra, which is Chad and Brad and Ultra, which is kind of crazy. I'm gonna put it D tier. I don't think it's a fail of a festival, but I heard security is god awful. Hard Summer. This is several people's worst festivals that they experience in LA. Probably because they had like 4 venues in 5 years. This year's was kind of whack. They had the main stage is at the edges, which is what weird, and the Coliseum not being like a main stage is kind of surprising. Yeah, D tier. I think it's is it better than Countdown? Yeah, it's better than Countdown. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it like right here between Countdown and Boo. I think that's appropriate. Hijinks is a New Year's Eve festival in the middle of Philly. There's a lot of like space, which is kind of rare for a New Year's Eve festival. It's indoors. A lot of people love it, so we're gonna put it at probably low A tier. I think it's appropriate. Hocus Pocus is a costume party slash a rave. That's practically all the American raves, but this one's especially so. It is located in Hialeah, which means that there is it's not the best walkable Miami neighborhood, as you could probably stay downtown and it's probably just better. Decent lineup, probably gonna be middle. I'm gonna put it at B tier. Yeah, somewhere there. All right. Holy Shipwrecked. This is an all-inclusive during December in Cancun. And yeah, all-inclusives are going to be amazing. This is not on a ship, by the way. This is on the beach the whole time. So don't be fooled by the name. Yeah, we're going to actually put this in S tier. I've never been, but I've heard really good things about it. It's generally an older crowd than what you'd find at like Paradise Blue or Ember Shores. So I'd say like Ember Shores, Holy Shipwrecked are all the same level. Halloween. Oh, am I gonna make another S tier, 2 S tiers in a row? Yeah, I think so. I think Halloween absolutely deserves it though. Halloween is amazing. It takes a dump on Okeechobee in terms of production and camping. Camping festivals in the forest beats camping. The camping in the forest beats camping in an open field, which is what Okie and sometimes Electric Forest is. Yeah. So also the production, while a little bit more bare, it's still really damn good. So I actually think it's gonna be Halloween at S tier. Igloo Fest is kind of different than a normal festival. It's like a bunch of smaller venues used as one big venue. So kind of like Amsterdam Dance Event if you've ever been. They just have a bunch of clubs like running it. So it's not a true festival in a sense, and it runs over 4 weekends. Montreal is a very underrated city to rave in. They will dance to everything. But Canadian cities also have the issue of bad crowd control and stuff. And you're raving outside. So you're going to be wearing your Canada Goose or like your heavy jackets that you wouldn't be dressed up as, mainly because it's just straight up too cold. So we're going to put this at B tier. Igloo Fest is a bunch of small events, kind of like Amsterdam Dance Event. The whole city turns into a festival, which is nice. All right, this is Ilsonic. Also, this is in Quebec City. This is the lineup's okay for 2023. Price is in Canadian dollars, so it's not going to be very expensive. It's also a downtown venue, and apparently it's better than Veld, from what I hear. What are we going to put this at? I guess because based on the feedback that I got, probably A tier. I've never been, so hopefully that's right. But my friend that went to this festival. Ilfest is okay. Like it's like bare bones productions. It's another Disco Donny event. So you kind of know where I'm going with this. C tier. It's okay. Imagine. I heard a lot of bad things about Imagine. I don't know why the photo's like this, but Imagine it's kind of rough from what I hear. They cancel tickets last minute in previous years. I've heard the logistics are kind of a mess every year. Even though it's independent, doesn't mean it's good. There's only a few festivals worse than it, so I'm actually gonna put it above, like below Escape. Yeah, maybe below Grid Life too. Yeah. Infrasound. I heard it's really good. I've heard it's the best festival in Minnesota too. I've always wanted to go. This year, probably try to make it since I now live in Minnesota. So let's put it at A tier. From what I hear, it's really good. All right, Connection is. I heard it's a good camping festival. This is in Idaho, by the way. But the only drawback is that the price is kind of insane for what you get. Kind of like everything in the Pacific Northwest. Or will this be the Rocky Mountains since it's Idaho? But it's close enough. It's also one of the only festivals in Idaho for EDM. But yeah, you drive a little bit further, you get to like the good festivals in Washington too, or even Shambhala. So it's pretty close to that area. Yeah, but so even with that, I'll put it at A tier. Life is Beautiful is downtown Vegas is sick. I've been there before. It's they turned the whole downtown Vegas blocks into like the festival itself. It's a very food festival as well as a lot of like live acts. So it's multi-genre. It's not just EDM. But you're super close to the hotel. The vibes are generally good, and it's better than what you expect because everyone's paying quite a bit. Price is quite kind of high, but you know, I think it's good. I'll put A tier, low A tier. And what is this? Oh, that's not Life is Beautiful. Sorry. This is Life is Beautiful. And then Lightning in the Bottle is amazing. I like the vibes, the variety of music. It is generally a very transformational festival. I liked it when it was at Bradley Lake. It was such a vibe. You set up anywhere, do whatever. Will this be the next S tier festival? Yeah, I think so. We're gonna put it like right here, next to Halloween. It's that good. Lights All Night. So I've heard good and bad about it. It is a Disco Donny event, so you already know it's gonna be like C tier ish. But you know, I'm gonna put it with the other Disco Donny events because it is a New Year's Eve and a Disco Donny. Oh, Locust. So do not go to this festival. This is in Mexico, and it's insane in the wrong ways. I think it's the only time where I would never tell people to go to the festival. This is one of them. It's apparently a very good drum and bass festival for the lineup. And then you have the police that are corrupt and cartel people trying to sell you or extort you for money. Do not go. This is the second F tier festival that I will put on this list because it's just that bad. A lot of festivals are bad, but not this bad. From first-hand accounts. Okay, Lollapalooza has the worst vibes on this list. Probably not F tier. It's gonna be D. Imagine the worst rave crowd that fights, but worse. The moment you start seeing mosh pits at Odessa, you know it's time to leave. So, yeah, D tier. Throw that in the dumpster. Lost Lands. Now this is because there are many headbangers in my followers list. A lot of people said that this is their favorite festival, and I could see why. They have definitely improved from previous years enormously. They added a new bridge. It's not a surprise that it's this high. The vibes are phenomenal. A few specifically say it's above Electric Forest, which is kind of a surprise. And you know, I can actually see the vision. Excision has done a fantastic job with organizing it, and it's just the communication, the feedback, the productions, all top tier. So yeah, I know. I think I want to put it. Yeah, I actually put it in the top 2, maybe even higher because I think Lost Lands production beats Electric Force's production. So yeah, that's gonna be at the top of S. Amazing. Lucidity. Oh, this is one of the first. I have some sentimental value of Lucidity since this was one of the first festivals I went to outside of college. But this is a self-discovery festival near Santa Barbara in the mountains, and if you know about it, it's a pretty good festival, very underrated. Vibes independently run, vibes are chill, extremely chill festival. I would actually put it. I don't want to put it S because lately they've been kind of cash grabbing a little bit. I'll put it A. I think A is very appropriate. Like right in the smack that in the middle is good. It's a very nice festival. Lunar Tide. Apparently, this is an underground run festival run by Notion Presents, and I've heard it is really good. Should I put it A? Yeah, okay, I'll put it A because I marked it A on my notes, and I think it's appropriate. Yeah, I'll put it A. Lunar Tide will be an A tier. Moonlight Masquerade. This is Moonlight Masquerade. Yeah, Moonlight Masquerade is at the Portland Expo Center. Somehow it's not on New Year's Eve. It's on December 29th and 30th this year. Yeah, that's kind of odd. But I heard the setup is better than what you get in Seattle. So yeah, expect the worst New Year's Eve crowds, but a better production than that. So we're gonna put it at B tier, low B, since it is a New Year's Eve festival. A Moonrise. Some people say it's great, and other people say it's horrible. So it's a very confusing one to rate. Apparently the layout is intuitive, the vibes are good, and no issues with bathrooms or lockers. But I've also heard when it rains, it's an absolute pain to get through. Also, it does not help it's at the Pimlico Speedway, which is, in my opinion, in the top 5 worst venues in the country. So, to balance it out, we're going to put it at C tier. Movement is one of the most affordable big festivals in the US. All techno and house, although lately they have been adding Skrillex and like some random people on this lineup. It's going to go up in price. It is at Detroit. You'd be surprised how interesting this festival is, so we're going to move this up to mid-A tier. Mid-A tier. I think it's appropriate. Okay, Mutech is another Montreal festival, Montreal festival. And this is like Amsterdam Dance Event or Igloo Fest I mentioned before. But this happens in the summer, so the weather is better than that. I'm actually going to put it 1 tier higher than Igloo Fest in A tier, simply because it's a better weather for this type of stuff. Okay, Nightmare. Camp Bramblewood is low-key amazing according to the veteran raver. So, it's independently run, but better than Imagine. All right, that's already pretty good to me. So, yeah, no, he put it at A tier. I would probably too. Just looking at the lineup alone is solid. Yeah, and I love camping festivals. All right, Nocturnal Wonderland. The venue and vibes are good, but the drive is horrible. There's only one way in or out the festival, and it's one of the better Insomniac festivals. So we're gonna put this at B tier, right in the middle. North Coast. North Coast is a favorite festival among Midwestern ravers. Yeah, the lineups are always really good. Good lineup and good crowds. Probably put it in solid B tier, just like right next to Excision, higher than Firefly. Yeah, put North Coast right there. Northern Nights. I love this festival. I might have a little bit of a bias, but the being able to camp in like the woods, in the redwoods, like it's hard to describe without you being there. There are the only problems that I would see is that you'd have to like make sure you bring a pad. You can't just sleep on the ground because there's a lot of like pebbles there, so you gotta be sure you're prepared for that. Production's a little bit less than Electric Forest, but honestly, I think it's S. Easy S for me. Okeechobee. Okay, so last year apparently was the roughest start of the year, although it's still some people's favorite festivals. Sorry. Production last year could also be better too. And they're not doing in 2024, unfortunately. So we're gonna put this at A tier. A tier. Still a good festival, but you know, I can't put it as highly as Halloween or something. Alright. Outside Lands is very overpriced if you're not from San Francisco. It is not it's a multi-genre festival. So mostly non-EDM with a little bit of EDM, but I better include it here because I also include Coachella and Bonnaroo. So we're gonna put that. Yeah, I think it's a solid B. Just put it right in the middle. Doesn't really matter. Paradise Blue, another all-inclusive, and you know where I'm gonna rate that. Except I'm gonna put it higher than Holy Ship and Ember Shores because I just like how Excision runs things. It's very nice. It's just it's just a solid event. I'll definitely recommend going to an all-inclusive at least once. All right, what is this? This is 3 point. Is it 3 points? Yeah, 3 points. Yeah, this is 3 points. This is a multi-genre festival. Despacio in 2023 all weekend is pretty good. But I heard crowd control sucks and the water is very expensive here. What did I rate this as? B tier. Kind of like the others. I'll put it with Firefly just for the sake of it. This is Phoenix Lights. Okay, so it's the Arizona version of the NOS Center, unfortunately. So, but with arguably worse vibes and production. Rawhide is awful. We're gonna put that at D tier. I think it's somehow worse than Escape. Yeah, just put it at the bottom. I just don't like Phoenix Lights. Okay, so what's next? Portola. Portola is another multi-genre festival that started quite recently. I've never been, but there's a few others in my group chat that have. And it's very focused on the music. Lots of bands, the lineups are 50-50, and the bathrooms are extremely good. The only issue is that it's super expensive. This is San Francisco after all. So we're going to put that at a solid high B. Mainly because, you know, it may not be worth the price for just 2 days. Project Low in DC. This attracts a lot of like an interesting crowd, mainly college students, young professionals, and the mainstream accessible. So, you know, it's your standard Insomniac Fest, but I don't think it's bad in any way. I'll put it right smack dab in the middle. Should be fine. All right, Proper NYE. This is in Petco Park in San Diego, and cross events are just solid. They're really good. Yeah, but again, there's no candies and totems at their events, so you kind of have to take that with. You have to take that in mind when you do go to these events. There are a lot of them dressed in black, of course, and non like American raver style wear. They dress more European style. So vibe's still good. I put it A tier. Yeah, we'll just do that. Radiance is in Illinois. So this was originally in Milwaukee, but they moved it to the Chicago area, and it has a solid lineup. Is it the best New Year's Eve fest? No. It's solid. So we're gonna put it like B tier, maybe low B. Low B, yeah, with the Moonlight Masquerade and Forever Midnight. Alright, Reconnection. This is a mix of EDM, reggae, and jam bands in Missouri. Lineup's pretty unknown, but I've heard good things. So we're gonna put that low A with Connection 2. Alright. What festival is this? I cannot read. I'll have to look for it later. Sacred Acre. Sacred Acre is an Alaska EDM festival. Really tough logistically, so they're kind of, unfortunately, they have to be stuck with a lot of bare bones. Just getting stuff there is insane. And DJs performing there is also very difficult because they have to drive like 4 hours to get to the venue or take a plane, and it's quite a lot. So we're gonna put this at a, yeah, this is just a tough one to get to, but if you do, it's a joy to be at one of the most remote festivals in America, for sure, or even in North America in general. So we'll put this at high B because it just seems like a sick festival to go to. I would totally want to go one day. Okay, SSBD is a festival in Paris, California, a P-E-R-R-I-S, not the French one. It is on Lake Paris, and it's kind of got a vibe. Like, I think it's pretty cool. It's a neat venue, but a lot of people are turned off by the all ages part of it. Camping was good, art installations are great, and the warm water bathrooms is a huge plus. So that's kind of rare for a lot of the camping festivals too. We're gonna put that middle A tier. I think it's appropriate. Alright, so Saturnalia is a Utah festival in New Year's Eve. Bass heavy, but you know, without the production that other New Year's Eve festivals have. I mean, it's solid. I put it a little bit lower than Forever Midnight Moonlight Masquerade. Put it in the C tier with Get Freaky. Seismic Dance. I think this is Seismic Spring. Okay. I think it's a Seismic Spring. I heard both were good. Yeah, I don't see any issues with them. They're both at the concourse, so if you don't like the concourse, you will not like these festivals. Great potential for both Seismic Dance and Seismic Spring, so we're just gonna put them at A tier. Higher than, yeah, these. What's it called? Where did I put it? Bonnaroo. What am I doing? Okay, sorry about that. I actually forgot to rate Bonnaroo. So Bonnaroo, apparently the vibes are immaculate. Roo's kind of like an East Coast Coachella, but without the glitz and glamour, according to the veteran raver. It's a multi-genre festival, so it's got a lot more than just EDM. But I'm gonna put it at you know, put it right at Coachella. Well, maybe higher than Coachella. So let's put it S tier. My bad. Yeah. So put it S tier. Because that sounds, if it sounds better than Coachella, then a lot of people are rating it so high. I'm like, oh, all right, very well. What's this one? Shambhala. Okay. So Shambhala is damn amazing. I don't think that I personally found it life-altering when you do go. The only issue that I have is that people keep unaliving there. And I've had like 2 separate stories on my TikTok channel that talks about 2 different people passing away or disappearing at this festival. You know, it could be worse, but at the same time, get it together. And even last year, there was someone that this past year that someone that passed away. So if they can fix that, then it would be perfect. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit on the lower S tier, mainly because, you know, you got to have that solid, because not every festival does that. Okay, Skyline, another festival with mixed feelings. On one hand, the vibes apparently are pretty good, but on the other hand, the bathroom and logistics are terrible, from what I hear. We're gonna put it at no, and even by Insomniac standards are not great. So we're just gonna put it at C tier. Soulfest, they moved venues unfortunately this year, but I've heard it is a phenomenal festival. The only issue I have with it is that it was in Alabama, and there's like no reason to fly there for me. Like I don't see it more appealing than other places that I have mentioned. And yeah, you'll probably have amazing vibes. It's just like kind of a journey to get there for what you get. So it's like, do I even want to go to Alabama? Might have the same cop problem. But we're gonna put it high A tier. Okay, so for Soulshine, we're gonna pretend this is the 21st edition of Scamp. Scamp Summer Camp used to be in playing every single year until last year they decided to rebrand it into Soulshine, which I will accept that, and they need to be at high A. We're gonna put it at the top of the A. In fact, I think I'm already hyping it up to be really good. Sonic Bloom. Alright, so a lot of people didn't like the logistics at Sonic Bloom, not gonna lie. Apparently it is worse this year than other years too. So we're gonna put it at high C. It still got decent vibes, but the logistics were hurting it really hard. Okay. Sound Haven. Same issues as Sonic Bloom, from what I hear. Good vibes, but the organization is pretty bad. C tier. Yeah. Splash House. 2 weekends at a pool. I would probably consider it less a festival than more a pool party, kind of like home base. But it's not my type of crowd, so depends. It's hard to rate because some people rate it highly and I don't. So I'm putting it at C tier. I think it's appropriate. Submersion. I heard it's really good. It's a very underrated New Jersey festival. The vibes are good. The sound system's really good too. And the only issue is that the lineup is just kind of okay for many people. It's not the best lineup they could put on. So we're gonna put it at A tier. Summoning. I know a lot of people love Summoning. Sudden Death throws down really hard, and he has a lot of throwdowners that love to throw down. Absolutely for that sort of thing. The only issues are the bathrooms tend to kind of be messed up. When I went the first year, they kind of messed up the organization a little bit on who gets to enter the caves. But yeah, cool venue. Caverns is an amazing venue to have like a festival in the cave and outside the cave. But yeah, I'm putting it at B tier. I think it's solid. Oh, come on. B tier, come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and Sunset Music Festival is smaller than Forbidden Kingdom and not as crowded too. The vibes are about the same, but the production is less. So we're gonna put it at B tier as well. Where did I put Forbidden Kingdom? I'll put it a little bit before. I think Forbidden Kingdom is a little more fun. So this one is Supernatural. In Colorado. I heard it's not that great. Like from the comments, they say that it's a bad venue with bad sound and very grimy. It's definitely a locals fest, so don't fly out for it just for Halloween. Damn, that's harsh. All right, so I'll put that at D tier. And Super Unnatural in Arizona. This is a Relentless Beats in a Hollywood production video or a production festival. That doesn't sound hot. I'm just gonna put it with Supernatural. Unts is a down-tempo bass festival in California. It could be so good, but the production is lacking for what you pay for. Definitely on the more expensive side for what you get. It's not bad though. I would say it's like low B. I put it low B or something. Yeah, that should be appropriate. Okay, Chasing Sunsets. This is another all-inclusive, but this time it's at Cabo instead of Cancun, in the other side of Mexico, on the west coast side of Mexico, like near California. And heard it's really good. I've seen the Instagrams of my friends that went on it. Looks fun. You do get Tiesto and a lot of like house stuff, so I'll put it on the S tier. Not surprised. Like if you pay that much, you better be getting like amazing service and stuff. Time Warp. You'd think they would run Time Warp as well as the one in Mannheim, but you'd be wrong. The one in New York City is so mediocre. So Time Warp could be better with the sound. It's just like very corporate and overpriced. We're gonna put it at a solid C tier. like right at C minus tier, basically. Very bottom. LBW. Again, Disco Donny events are very same and consistent. They never have high highs, but they're just like good enough. So if you're like in Texas, this is probably like stuff you would do on regular, but I wouldn't fly out to Texas just for Texas festivals unless it's like Texas Eclipse or something crazy. So LBW. Ultra Miami. All right, now this is going to be a very hated or loved EDM festival. I know a lot of my veteran ravers hate this festival with passion, and you know they have good reason to. I personally put it really low as well. However, I also recognize that their lineups are probably the best on this list. I do recognize that, but that still doesn't make up for some of the other problems they have, especially like not caring about the fish when they had it in Virginia Key. Production is pretty bad, especially for 88, according to some of my other friends. It's not an F tier. I think it's going to be a low D. Whoops. We're going to put it at low D tier. Not completely failure, because I think these two are actually worse than Ultra. Unity Electro is in Quebecois Festival in the middle of town. And very mainstream type stuff. It's at the same level as Veld, but actually I'm going to talk about Veld right after this. So, yeah, we're going to put this at a B tier. Middle B tier. And Veld. Veld, I have been spammed the hell out of Veld in the comments last year. It was so annoying. I nearly blocked them from my comments, but I just kind of just let them go. And it turns out Veld was actually a decent festival, despite the spam that they gave me in my comments. According to my friends, they said they liked the diversity. The production's great. There's no set conflicts. And the problem is that it is downtown, so like it's more crowded and transit can get clogged when you're trying to leave, which makes sense. Like that's like a lot of festivals. So for that, we're gonna put it at not that. We're gonna put it at a high B tier. Wakan in Arkansas, or Mulberry Mountain. Now this is probably going to go at the same place as Backwoods if I know where to find it, because I put so many things on here I cannot even find Backwoods. But it should be in like A tier. I heard the logistics still has issues. Might be better than Base Canyon, but hard to say. But Wakan does have like the inflatable couch merchants like just laid out on the grass everywhere. It's the inflatable couch festival for sure. Even more so than Lost Land, so keep that in mind when you do go. Alright, and what's this one? This one is Meow Wolf's Vortex. So another festival in a Denver parking lot. What's with Denver having raves inside a parking lot? Do you guys not have like actual venues? I mean, you get what you pay for. The art is really cool by Meow Wolf, but I don't think it's like worth flying out there for. So, solid C tier. Alright, now, Wasteland is a small festival at the NOS, and you know how I feel about the NOS Center. No, it's gonna be a little bit lower. I'm gonna put it middle of D. I just don't like the NOS Center. I don't really have to hide that from anybody, but it's just how it is. You might like it, but I certainly don't. Alright. We Belong Here is a festival in Miami, much smaller than Ultra, but it takes place on the Virginia Key. I've heard that the logistics are kind of a mess for people that are going in and out with the Ubers or the shuttles. there, so I'm just gonna put it higher than Miami though. So C tier, I think is appropriate. Wobbleland in the Bill Graham. It's a fun dubstep event, but a terrible area. That area is just like a little scary at night, but as long as you don't bother anyone, you're fine. I do like the nosebleed stands. It's kind of a cool feature of the Bill Graham, and yeah, you'll have a great time. But could it be better? Yeah. So I think it's appropriate to put it at C tier. It's kind of like Tacoma Dome in a way. We're gonna put it higher than that. So yeah. All right. So just went through 130. Yeah, we just went through 100 plus EDM festivals in North America, and hopefully this helps you decide what you want to go see. And this is based on what other ravers have said were amazing festivals. So yeah, you can take this list and use it as a way to plan for your 2024 rave season. Let me know in the comments and like this video and share it, so that way it helps the algorithm for YouTube and stuff. Thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end. Bye. Happy 2024.